Hey everybody, how's it going? Let me just I'm working as usual at my desk. And then have to go pick apples and green tomatoes and more canning. Oh, I hear you, clever you. I hear you. All right, let me get my chat popped out. No, not participants. Pop out. Thank you. Bring it on over here. How's it going? I'm here. How's it going? I'm doing squash and pumpkin today. Now, like I said, I was going to do, I cut some of these into slices, and now I'm peeling the slices. It's really not as easy as I thought it was going to be. Maybe when I get to the more properly shaped slices, but these little round ends are a pain in the butt. Oh, oh my goodness. So what's everybody doing today? Clever you is going green tomatoes and apples. I got to get the squash and the pumpkins done. I'm telling you, they are really hard to peel when they're small. But hey, Suzette, how are you, darling? Oh, I've sliced them, and now I'm just trying to cut them into pieces. Hang on. For canning. Ugh. Buttercup squash is really hard to peel. I thought, oh, well, I'll just put them in slices and then I can just peel them. Not as easy as I made it sound. But for the pumpkin, much easier. So look, I just cut them in slices and I just take my paring knife and cut through the soft stuff and just cut that out. Look, I'll show you. Well, can you see? Now you have the choice. You can either do this. See that it's the buttercup squash is a lot thicker skinned and harder to peel. Or you can do it like this and just cut the skins off, but they're really tough. So the peeler will have to do. There, now you see what I'm doing. And my phone's falling all over the place. Hey, Furby, Yarn, Suzette, Clever You, Pam. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm just cutting up and peeling squash and pumpkin for canning. I saved the largest of the pie pumpkins for Howie to do his jack-o'-lantern at the end of the month. He does one for me every year. Bev, did you ever think of getting a flexible plastic keyboard cover? I've never seen them. I've thought about it. I've never seen them because I have to regularly replace my keyboards every couple of years because they get full of, medication and place your hands. That song stuck in my head. All right. And then into the bag it goes. Good morning, Joanne and Billy Buckland. How's it going? I'm sitting here peeling and cutting up squash for canning today. And then I'm working on onions. The squash and pumpkin's probably going to take me a couple of days. See? Look. Just... Well, it was easier with the pumpkin. It was easier to show you with the pumpkin. So you just cut that out. scrape down. Make sure you got all the stringies out. All right. So what's everybody else doing today? I know it's early for me to be on today, but I have a lot to do. And I got up to make Howie let me sleep until like 9. And then I got up and made him breakfast. Let's see if I can do it better this way. My pain level is low today. Oh, well, that's better. You're just getting your pain down and you're going to go decorate your yard. Maybe you should take a day, Billy, and, relax. Because what happens to me is when I get a day where my pain levels are there but low, I always overdo it thinking I may not get another chance. But if you, upset your system, you certainly aren't going to get another chance because you've overdone it. See? Oh. Shoot. I love butternut squash because they're a really nice, heavy, meaty squash, but they're a bitch to peel and cut. Now I know why I always just bake them. And yes, I will go through this bag and get out the seeds because piss on summer squash. I'll buy zucchini at the market like next year. I want to plant more pie pumpkins and stuff. But I probably won't need any next year. You know what I mean? The way I'm doing this now. Guess what? Today is my birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear sweet Joanne. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Somebody thinks I should be singing to her. Happy birthday, Joanne. Good morning. You wouldn't even let Daddy and I snuggle. Daddy and I had a little snuggle in bed this morning. And Gracie had to get right up in between us and try and push us apart. Or she just wanted to be in the middle of it. Do you want a little piece? Do you want a little piece of pumpkin? You like pumpkin. You want a little piece? You like pumpkin. You do. Okay, go see Daddy, baby. Go see Daddy. Hey, Lisa Schroeder. How's it going? Oh, that's a better way of doing it. I'm just cutting out the seeds pulp because I hate scraping out pumpkins. The only time to do it is if you're going to roast the pumpkin in halves. And then scoop them out with an ice cream scoop, which is what I might do with the rest of these. But, yes, I'm using my fall tea towels. So today, as soon as I get these in the canner, I'm going to start dicing onions for the freezer. And then tomorrow, I will probably start on the turnips. Probably start on the... Don't you guys ever get tired of hearing me sing happy birthday? Like, honestly, dude. Oh. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Joanne. If I can make somebody smile just by singing them happy birthday, then I'm going to open my window. I'm hoping, Howie didn't get the mail yesterday, so I'm hoping he'll go and check. And I'm really hoping my garlic came in, because it's got to get in the ground. No, I looked it up, Nana Castles. Hi, Nana. You don't have to. You just chop them and freeze them. But I'm going to do it in such a way so that when they come out of the bag, that they will be broken up. You'll see. You'll see. But I got the idea when I bought those frozen onions to dehydrate. I had a half a bag left, and I left it in the fridge freezer. And Bob's your uncle. Every time I needed onions, I just reached, like making scrambled eggs or throwing in a casserole, or I'm sauteing some veg. Boom, frozen onions. So yeah, to me it's a time saver, you know. Hi, Lee McLeod, sneaking on here before getting ready for my son's baby shower. Oh, well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Cooking turkey to can tomorrow. Oh. I bought a turkey, but I don't know what is going to happen for Thanksgiving. I think my niece from Montreal may be coming because Howie has her winter tires. Like, we store them for her because she has an apartment. So I think he's going to change her winter tires. I don't know if she's going to stay for dinner or... We don't know. Oh, that's slimy. Oh, yeah. Next weekend is the roosters. The chickens. Okay, that one's not good. That piece is not good. You're more than welcome, Joanne. Hang on a second with me. How old's your son, honey? Is this your first baby, Lee? All right, let me just cut this. I'll definitely be keeping some of these seeds. Bev, do a video on the birds next weekend. You mean on butchering them? That is, I've got videos on that. And YouTube won't monetize shit like that anymore. They won't. Even though it's a life lesson, he is 30 and he is my second son. Well, why are you having a baby shower for a 30-year-old? Oh, he's having a baby. No TP or PT at Costco last night, but got your raisins and your still cut oats. Yeah, see what I mean? It's getting nuts. Thank you, Cindy. Just tell me how much it is. Please email me how much I owe you, and I will email money transfer you the money. Oh, there we go now. Sorry if I seem a little distracted. I am getting things ready for my pumpkin and stuff ready for canning. And I think the rest of them are going to get powdered. He and his wife are expecting first child. Ah, okay. I've done videos on butchering birds. But I will, and I've done videos on showing you how to clean them out. So, but I don't think I can do pictures of Howie killing them or video of that. He just lays the head down on the ground and he puts a stick over it, like a broom handle or something, and he steps on either side of the stick and he pulls gently until firmly and evenly until he feels the neck detach. You don't yank because you'll rip the head off, and then it flops all over the place and gets blood all over you. So you just pull the head you just pull firmly until you feel the neck detach. You let it flop, and then you move on to the next one. Well, thank you, Lee. I just watched your first big pig butchering video a couple of nights ago. Very interesting. Yeah, they'll demonetize that too. We're getting too old to do the big butcherings anymore. Well, we're not too old. I mean, if we had the, the meat saw still and stuff, it might be a different story. But good morning, Beth. How are you? The turkeys won't be for another month. They'll be like Christmas birds. I have no idea what the holidays are going to be like this year. I wish I had my other peeler. I can't find it. The one I did the potatoes with. Bet you I threw it out by accident. So, anyway, I'm going to open this up for questions. You will make the holidays great. Well, one way or another, we'll have fun. Oh, I'm thinking of making a new version of a pumpkin spice cake. Joe Mama, how's it going? I'm sitting here peeling and cutting up butternut squash or buttercup squash and pie pumpkins for canning. That's what I'm doing. Good morning, Wesley. All right, folks, you know the drill. Shh. Oh, the sun is shining. The air is chill. It's quite a nice day. It's quite a nice day. And Howie's going to go pull up my neeps. What am I doing here? That's right. I know what I'm doing. Is everybody's hammers polished? Oh, I think they're butchering the pigs next door, dear. I hear the pigs squealing. So they might, it's about that time. I mean, I'll be canning chicken today. Oh, there you go. All right, refresh your pages, guys. What's your favorite Thanksgiving dinner dish? Turnips, like rutabagas, mashed rutabagas. But then I can have that anytime. But I don't have, I like cold turkey sandwiches the next day. I'm not a huge, by the time, I've never really enjoyed a Thanksgiving or a Christmas dinner because I'm always too tired to eat, like to enjoy it, because I'm always tired afterwards. But my favorite Thanksgiving dish, probably pie. Probably pumpkin pie. Oh yeah, you are sliced up and all over the place, aren't you? 3 different ways from Sunday here. So, I don't know. To me, it's less about the food and more about being with family, you know? Place your hands. What is your favorite Thanksgiving dish, Furby? I mean, I've seen people do sweet potato casserole with marshmallows on top, and it's like, I'm so sorry, but why would you put candy on sweet potatoes? I mean, I had an argument, not an argument, but wow, that one flew. I had a big, my brother tried to convince me to put molasses in my mashed sweet potatoes. I said, why? They're already sweet enough. So, what are some of your favorite ones? Hi, Mama Cat. Leftovers. Yeah, and like when I make leftovers, I make sure there's enough for sandwiches. And then I don't leave the table at Thanksgiving when supper's over. I get out casserole dishes and I start laying meat and stuffing and then vegetables and then gravy and then mashed potatoes and cover it with foil and in the freezer that goes. But I always make sure I have like a baggie or a plate of stuffing and meat for sandwiches. Because if you give Howie a turkey sandwich and it doesn't have stuffing on it, he's going to be pissy. Do you plan activities for the day or just have dinner? Well, it depends on who's here. Like if Arthur and Mel are here, then we play board games. I mean, Howie's not a huge board game guy. You know, he kind of goes off and does his own thing, but I really miss it too that he doesn't kind of join in as much. He has, but not always. No, we play board games. Mostly, we play board games. Sometimes we'll watch a movie, but mostly it's board games and hanging out. And then the kids play video games on the 65-inch TV. Howie's watching this show on Mega Airplanes or whatever. Trump's personal... Okay, I got a one-up Trump here. My living room TV is bigger than President Trump's airplane TV. My TV's bigger than the one in his airplane. Not by much. Holy crap. Who needs a 57-inch TV in their plane? Damn, where'd that go? Where did you go? Oh, well. I have a hard time finding people to play euchre. I love euchre. And I have a really hard time finding people who play it. When I was a kid, everybody played euchre. But then again, half the people on my street were family anyway, right? Hey, Christina, how's it going? I don't eat that much of a turkey dinner. I really don't. But like I said, by the time I sit down to it, I'm tired of cooking it. I don't want to eat it. I just cook the stuff. Hey, Melissa, how's it going? This was not like doing the butternut squash this way. Not my finest idea. Not my finest idea. Oh. Nobody got nothing to wild rice with pecans and raisins. Oh, that leaves Howie out. But that sounds delicious. I am not a turkey lover. I'm a chicken lover. Hey, Kendra Clark, Angie Mack. Hey, Andrew. So much for the shout out on CWC and all the positive thoughts. Much love, everyone. Well, you just take it easy today because now the anesthetic is completely worn off. Right? So you just look after your elbow today, Andrew. And I played Big Patty Woman for you. I even did a little dance, but you weren't here. And then, of course, there is no replay. So, hi, Donna, Nayana, Kim, Betty, Angie Mack, Kendra Clark. I would love if one of my kids would do dinner. I'm the same as you. Rarely eat after making a big meal. Well, I mean, you know, there will be a day when Arthur and Mel, from your mouth, my mouth to God's ears, will have children. And they're going to want holidays at their house. You know what I mean? That's what I'm waiting for. And we'll just take our, bachelor Uncle Briar with us. But, it looks like they're going to be closing our borders again soon. Our provincial borders. Because Montreal's in really bad shape. Was just watching your chicken soup video. Which one? Which one? But yeah, I throw the carcass from my turkey in the crock pot. Like I clean it off and I throw the carcass in the crock pot. And then I make up casseroles with the leftovers. I leave enough for sandwiches. And then I clear the table. I learned a long time ago, why wrap all the leftovers up and put them in the fridge? Because you end up throwing them out. If you get them when everybody gets up and leaves the table, if you work with the leftovers then and make them into casseroles and freeze them, they're out of your way and there's no waste. I enjoy the day after. Turkey sandwiches. I love turkey sandwiches. I like anything in a sandwich. I like roast beef, roast pork, or roast turkey, or roast chicken in sandwiches. Hey, Helen, how's it going? And Donna and Joe Mama and Carla Wyatt, Dave Smith, teasers, pleasers. I'm peeling squash, and it's a real pain in the butt. I am not going to do this with any more buttercup squash. I'm going to do this dish pan full of pie, pumpkin, and butternut squash, and then I'm just going to, the rest, I'm just going to cut in half, take the seeds out and bake them and then dehydrate them. Because this is a pain in the butt. Melissa Dubois, this year will be the first year that I will go to my oldest son's for the holiday. He and his wife are hosting. However, they did ask me to bring certain items. So I'm still cooking. Well, yeah. I mean, you know, I'll never forget my poor sister-in-law Karen, right? On Howie's side. I have two sister-in-laws named Karen. My poor sister-in-law Karen on Howie's side, they come one Thanksgiving and she brings this great big Costco pumpkin pie. She said, "Here you go." And I went, how easily you insult me without even trying. She said, "What?" I said, "I just made 4 pumpkin pies. Why are you bringing me one from Costco?" She said, "Oh, well, she meant well. It was very nice, but need more Joe." Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Laura. So, I'm just sitting here peeling squash. Oh, and trying to get the goo out of it and peel it and I'm storing ours, hoping they will keep for winter. Any tips? Cool, dark place. Cool, dark. Not freezing and not ice cold. Cool, dark place. But the only cool, dark place I have is down the basement, and I'm not in the mood to be running up and down. Well, I can't run up and down the stairs. Oh my goodness. Hey, Charlotte. Good morning from Indiana. Barbara Riggle Baker. Hi from my little corner of Kentucky. Hi, darling. What I find interesting is that her generation does not clean as they cook, so the kitchen is a major mess. Well, my kitchen's always a major mess, but it's canning season, right? I try and clean while I cook. Doesn't always work that way. But that's okay, because, Arthur, Mel, and Briar are really good at helping out with, I don't let anybody use my dishwasher except Briar and Howie. Why? Because they know how my dishwasher works. I just spent an hour yesterday flushing and cleaning out my top whirligig bar because, when my sister was here, she took the filter out, didn't put it back in properly. And the dishes weren't cleaned properly, right? So couldn't figure out why my top rack wasn't getting as clean. Well, the whirligig was full of gunk. My hubby not know how to clean even if making a sandwich. Well, some men, you look at the generation though, right? I'm sorry, but I have to yell out, I'm so sick and tired of all this change the world crap. It's just too much nowadays for this sick old widowed. Hope this cheers me up. Well, Charmaine, we're all sick of the crap. And that's why we come here. We come here to try and spend an hour of being normal and loving and supportive for each other. We get that the crap, all this darkness that's battering us from every angle of the media and social media and politics and uprisings and riots and protests, all these things that are battering us with negativity. This is where we come so that we can just say, not here. Not here. We'll pray for people if, the people that need it and stuff like that. But here we come so that we can just, for a little while, shut out all that battering darkness. Thank you for the help. I canned 10 pints of ground beef yesterday. I'm still got mine to do, Lynn Marie. Trust me, I still got mine to do. Hey, Donna Stafford. My eldest wants to host this year, but wants me to come over and cook. Let me tell you something. Yes, you can, Charmaine. There comes a time, okay? There comes a time when you got to stop wiping, you got to wipe up the tears, take a deep breath, and count your blessings. You may not feel like you have any right now, but I guarantee you do. Okay? You just hang in there. Hi, Jajalang or Hahalang. Only made it through with help from edibles. Glad you have this place for everyone. Hey, Voodoo Kitchen Mama. How's it going? You just hang in there, Charmaine. You know, start counting your blessings. It's really hard to be negative when you're counting your blessings, right? I mean, I'm having a hard time realizing that I may not be able to have my kids here, right? For Thanksgiving. My niece may be coming from Montreal, but she's been in quarantine, right? And Arthur and Mel are in Peterborough, so I don't know, how it's going to work, right? I don't even know what we're allowed. I don't think we're allowed to have outsiders in our home. I don't know. I'm lurking and listening. Hey, Jen. Okay, sweetheart. Hey, Ribby. Whose birthday is it? Kara. I made it. Sing happy birthday to me, please. It was Thursday. Okay. Thought I sang it to you on Thursday, didn't I? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kara Krantz. Happy birthday to you. Mwah. I'm happy birthday on Thursday. Okay, this is all garbage. Like I said, I'll be going through these seeds and saving some of these pie pumpkin seeds. And these actually only look like, these don't look like pie pumpkins. They look like small jack-o'-lanterns is what they look like. I missed it. I had to work. Aw, there you go, sweetheart. Hi, Paula. Dream a closer. Jesus pleasers. How's everybody doing? If I repeat your name, it's just because every once in a while I just see it and I want to shout it out, right? Good morning. So I have another... who told me that somebody passed away? One of our homesteading community passed away, husband and wife. I heard that, and I can't remember who it was, but it was somebody who used to come in here all the time. It looks like she fell, and he tried to help her, and either he had a heart attack and fell, or whatever. I don't know. But we'll be saying prayers for them. That's for sure. God bless their souls. Good morning, Sue Marie, Mary, Brianne. Good morning, good morning. I'm sitting here doing pumpkin and squash. The pumpkin's easier, that's for sure. Buttercup squash does not want to peel this way. Hey, Julie Aston, how's it going? North of 49 Canuck. My daughter works out of town. She hoped to fly home for Christmas. She called and they said shutdown will prevent that. See her in the new year. I know. Well, if my kids can come up, great. If they can't, then I will be mailing their Christmas parcels to them. We don't know what Christmas is going to be like this year, but if for some reason everything gets lifted and they can come back, then they'll just come and bring their presents with them without opening, right? But it's really sad. Hey, Hal. Can you grab me the knife sharpener when you got a second? Hey, Kel Storm, Barbara Regal Baker, Wee Tree Bonsai. Yeah, Wee Tree Bonsai, that's really tragic. Wee Tree Bonsai used to come into the live streams all the time. So I can't find pumpkin in a can, so I'm going to buy a pumpkin and make my own. There you go. Dallas, even if not to say it individually to everyone, I'm saying it to the computer for you to hear. Love and hugs. I love you too, Dallas. Thank you so much for this channel. Thank you for all the hugs. You're welcome, darling. This is where we come. I mean, I may not always have lots of stuff to say, but this is where we come, you know, to be together. I mean, it's certainly easy cutting the center out when it's sliced, but peeling it's another thing. I've not been able to find canned pumpkin in months and months. I'm telling you, there's things that are getting stored. You know what I mean? So, like, I honestly think the Honest Earth mashed potatoes got a government contract or something to store in caves or something. Some, who knows? These are so hard to peel. Made Christmas happy regardless of what the date is. Absolutely. I saw canned pumpkin at our Walmart in Ancaster, Ontario. Is that Ontario, Canada? Must go buy apples and green tomatoes. Okay, clever you. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm trying to peel the buttercup squash, and it has a tough skin. I don't think my Cinderella pumpkins are going to ripen. I might try and make a Mrs. Ingalls green pumpkin pie. Not the zucchini pie, a green pumpkin pie. Will you make a video on how to roll turbines someday? Absolutely, Vince. Absolutely. I realize, part of me went, I have done that so many times. No, I did it on live, and the lives get blocked afterwards because of the music, right? So, oh, I haven't even made a dent in this. They have the old salt mines that they turn into a base. They really are storing food. What, is there an asteroid coming in we don't know about? Like, seriously. You're welcome, sweetheart. I haven't seen a shortage on anything except toilet paper. You're not supposed to can your own pumpkin pie filling. You're not even supposed to can pureed pumpkin. Okay? Now, if you're a long-time canner, you can can pumpkin puree, but they tell you not to because because they don't want us to can it as thick as the stuff that you buy in the store. You have to can it so it's more of a consistency of baby food. Is that our firewood, dear? Well, then what's she barking at? I've got 7 pumpkins out of our garden waiting, smaller, so I just need to get it cooked and dehydrated. Adanima, okay. Adnama. I might make a pie with green pumpkin and see if I can't do it like an apple. We'll see. Depends on how much stuff I have left to do. I still have canning to do. Oh. Hi, Rose. How are you, dear? Can you can pumpkin in chunks? Janie Fogel. Can you can pumpkin in chunks? Oh, yeah, you can freeze pumpkin puree. Hi, baby.
Hi.
Do you have enough breakfast?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm gonna go out. Okay.
Okay, well, take a knife with you if you're pulling the neeps to cut their greens off and their thread roots. Does pumpkin dehydrate well instead? Everyone says, hey, Howie. Oh, really? Well, I'm going to have to try that, Charmaine. Furby. Is Terry here too? Let me just look. Okay. Who wants, just give me a second, okay? Just give me a second here. Oh, channel videos. Videos. Search. All right, I'm going to give you some pumpkin videos. Is this all I have? All right. Give me a second, folks. Here's the canning pumpkin video. And all right, hang on. Well, I am going to do another dehydrating video this year on pumpkin and squash. And the only tip I have to give you when you are dehydrating squash is to, when you puree it with extra water. I'm going to do it a little differently this year because I'm going to be boiling some for canning, and then I'm going to bake some for puree, or for, you know what I mean. I'm not even awake yet, folks. So, honest to goodness, I'm not. All right, let me just, I gotta sharpen this knife. Wipe this off. Clean my knife. Never thought about saving the water to flavor bread. I have 5 large pumpkins to peel and process and more growing, and only God knows when it will stop. I'm going to Halloween dressed as one at this rate. Okay. All right. Now, God, the dog next door hates. I don't know what it is about. Ever since we've moved here, not lately, not in the last year or two, but whenever they've had a dog over there, it's always been a barking dog. Hey, yellow bird, up high in banana tree. Yellow bird, you sit all alone like me. Did your lady friend leave the nest again? Yeah, whatever. Sorry. Hi, Linda Stuck. How's it going? Good morning, Lorraine from Kentucky. Gotta go get ready for this baby shower. Okay, Lee. Mwah. Take care, honey. Hey, Terry. How's it going, sweetie? Teresa R.O. Hi, folks. What's the best way to store brown sugar long term? Mrs. Wolfie, I haven't successfully found a video from you. You get a piece of clean terracotta pot. Go to the dollar store or whatever and get terracotta pots. Smash one. Okay? And take chunks. Take a chunk about the size of a third of a dollar bill. Okay? Like this big chunk. Soak it in cold water overnight. Then put it in the bottom of each jar where you store your brown sugar. It will keep it soft. Even, and I have made it, even if your brown sugar goes hard. I've used a terracotta sugar softener, put it in with rock hard brown sugar, and the next day the brown sugar was soft. You just need to keep one in the bottom of your jar. I am doing buttercup squash and pumpkin for canning today. And then when they're in the canner, I'm going to oven roast the rest and puree them and dehydrate them. And I'm going to chop onions. And then hopefully tomorrow I'm doing carrots and rutabagas. It's going to be a really busy weekend. So if you don't get any videos on any of this stuff until like Monday, please forgive me. Can you dry can pumpkin in chunks? Love to hear you sing. It makes me happy. Hey, Charlotte. No. No. It's like dry canning potatoes. It's a whole different, you're taking one process, which is steam pressure canning, and trying to make it work for a convection method of cooking in the jar. Don't do it, folks. I know people have had success, but it doesn't make it safe, right? Thank you. And vacuum seal the brown sugar in jars. You can if you want, but I don't vacuum seal my sugar. Why? Because sugar is a preservative. So put your chunk of terracotta pot in the bottom. Try and make sure that it's got no sharp edges, right? But soak it overnight, put it in the bottom, make sure it's clean, soak it overnight, put it in the bottom of the jar, fill it up to the top with brown sugar, put a lid on it, put it on the shelf. It'll stay soft. Right, until you need it. Yeah, absolutely, Terry White, excuse me. I'm still not awake, but I'm determined to sit here and get this done while we visit. So, I know. Well, I think tonight I'm gonna cook up one of these buttercup squashes because I just love buttercup squash. Okay, Furby. Take care, sweetheart. I don't think I'm going to need pumpkin and squash next year. So as much as I would like to grow these, save these seeds and grow them next year, I'm going to save the seeds. And I'm just going to label them as winter squash. I'm going to save the seeds. But next year I'm planting spaghetti squash and zucchini and patty pan squashes. Oh my God. Okay, you can slice pumpkins and then cut the gook out and peel the stuff off. But with buttercup squash, it's really a chore. So learn from my mistakes. I have a round terracotta disc I bought with a teddy bear on it. I use it all the time. Same Mem Schultz, but you don't have to buy them. I bought one once. I don't even know where it is. But I don't even use brown sugar anymore. If something calls for brown sugar, like say it calls for a cup of packed brown sugar, I'll use a cup of sugar and a teaspoon of molasses in the recipe. Boom, brown sugar. You know what I mean? The darker the brown sugar, the more molasses you need, right? Why are sandwiches? I don't know. Why am I in your recommended? Who am I? I have no idea. Who are you? I'm Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead, and I'm sitting here. Hey, Yoshi! Good morning, Bev. I hope your day is amazing as you. Oh, God, love you. Not necessarily, Kel. How's it going? My hands are going to be so sore after this. Thank you, Yellowbird. I have about 11 of them. It's funny, I've had about 11 surgeries too. I wonder if there's a correlation somewhere up here. That if I'm going to have pain, it's actually going to mean something, maybe. I slice or shred pumpkin, blanch, then dehydrate. It works. Okay. Well, I like to bake mine in the oven because slicing's a pain in the ass. or a pain in the butt. I like to just cut them in half, hollow them out, and put them in the oven and then I just puree them with boiling water, and I put them on other trays. The reason I add water, now a lot of people ask me this, why would you add water when you're trying to dehydrate it? To break up the fibers more. You want it pourable, like liquidy pourable, so that when it dries, it's really easy to grind. If it's too thick or you haven't pureed it enough with water, you won't be able to grind some of the pieces. They'll be hard little chunks. So that's why I bake puree with water and then pour it on. Hey, Bobby Joe, how are you? You got to use a bandsaw to cut them up. I used a butcher knife, so we'll see. I'm halfway through, I think. Please remember, if you have questions, please put them in all caps. Squash blooms, never try them. No, you can eat them, but you know what? Every time you take a bloom off, you may be taking off a potential pumpkin. Although you get blooms that don't fruit. You know what I mean? So we will see. We will see. Okay, I'm going to switch over to a piece of pumpkin now, just because it's bloody easier. This one doesn't look very happy. How's it going, babe? Is that my neeps? Thank you. How many were there? Don't suppose you'd want to bring the box in and show everybody. Okay, this pumpkin is going bad. Here, let's have a look.
You got one good one. A couple not bad ones.
That's not bad at all. That's a lot. And you know what? They're not really rotten and eaten like last year's.
No, they cut really nice. They're like.
Okay, that may not look like a lot of turnips for my garden, folks, but I got 2 more this size that are waxed from the market. They turned out beautiful. They needed the sandy soil. Awesome. Whoops. No. Oh, let me just get this back here. So now you know what I'm doing after the squash. I gotta find this other piece of pumpkin because it was rotting inside. And I just might send most of these out to the chickens. All right. Non-fruited blooms are delicious in thin batter and in omelets. Really? Kind of like, well, you know what? You give what the garden gives you, you know. Like, I mean, look at my nasturtium flowers. I got a whole jar of dried nasturtium leaves and flowers. Please, I don't want this to fall in my tea here. Ooh. Come on, get in there. Toddler lids are worth it. There is a learning curve to them. Yes, there is a learning curve to toddler lids. Absolutely. But they are worth it. And I have some, and I save them for emergencies. Yeah, this is not a pie pumpkin. These are little jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. Cut. Good morning, Lori Lumax, Pat Lundberg, Samantha Cummings. How's it going? No, Gracie, we don't have snuggle time just yet. Mommy's working. He hates it. Hey, Mary Cook from Oklahoma. I'm sitting here peeling and cutting up pumpkins and squash for canning today. And I'm actually really glad I did a couple of these squash because the pumpkin isn't as thick and as orange as I would like it to be. Like, look at the difference between buttercup squash and pumpkin. Like, look at the color difference, right? It's no wonder I like squash in my pies. What is nasturtiums? Nasturtiums are a flower beautiful, lovely orange flower that give you great big lily pad like leaves, but they're edible and they taste like a mild pepper. So I dehydrated. I grew some this year and dehydrated. I'm going to grow some next year. And when I make my first pot of homemade chicken noodle soup this year, I will and give a bowl to Papa. I will drop a nasturtium leaf on top and show you just how beautiful it is if you dehydrate them and keep them in your pantry. Raven Skull, how's it going? Pumpkin pasties. What's a pumpkin pasty? Hey, Raph, how's it going, darling? Do you know what? I think these pumpkins are just small jack-o'-lanterns. But I'm doing them. Holy crap, I'm doing them. Hey, Mrs. Ray. Good morning, darling. How are you today? Oh, my hands are getting slippery from trying to peel these things. I'm growing more next year just because they are pretty orange and yellow. They are gorgeous. And the seeds, if you let them go to seed, the seeds can be used as, you can pickle them and use them as capers. The male blooms, I use the male blooms only. I leave some on the vine for pollination, flower, and pan fry. Really? Oh. Oh. Thank you, Terry. Hi, Lisa Spear. I am having a good day. Hi, Virginia. How can you tell the difference between pie and jack-o'-lantern? Well, really, a pie pumpkin will be more thick like this, more full of fruit and a darker orange. I just think these are little jack-o'-lanterns, but it doesn't really matter because you can use them for pumpkin, right? Most canned pumpkin is different varieties of squash because they don't really differentiate between pumpkin and squash. And neither do I. I just, I like to have some in my... Oh, this just does not want to peel. And it's so slippery. Good morning, Blue Fire. How are you? Hurry back, Hellstorm. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, this is... Even if I only get a couple of jars, right? See, the pumpkins, it's easy to do. You cut it into slices and you do this. And you just cut out this. You don't have to scoop it. The only time you have to scoop it is if you're either going to oven roast them or make them into jack-o'-lanterns. And I've saved the largest one for Howie to make into a jack-o'-lantern for Halloween. Ah. Libby's uses a lot of butternut squash in their canned pumpkin. Yep. Well, thank you. It's not actually a curtain. It's a quilt, Elaine. That was made for me by my friend Terry Onion a few years ago. And some days it's on the wall. Some days it's on my table with a vinyl tablecloth over it. And some days, well, some days it's on my door here. I like to move it around so that it keeps it fresh in my eyes. I will be putting it on my bedroom door the first night we have a fire in the wood stove. Come on. My hands are not happy right now. Bev, do I blanch the carrots and rutabaga together? And if so, how long? Let me just look, okay? Let me just look. Let me just look because I don't think I blanched the carrots, but I blanched the rutabagas because they're tougher and they take longer to cook. Oh, for God's sakes. Here we go. Let's look. All right, turnips. Place your hands. Okay, here we go. This is from last year. Whoops. Do. This is last year.
Home economics, 35 pounds of carrots for $7. Deer season. Deer carrot season.
Where is this coming from? There it is. Let me just, there's the video.
Yeah. They've got to.
Uh-oh. Where did my thing go? Here we are. Val, good luck. Val. Off to a first-time chicken butchering in East Kentucky. Wish us luck. You don't need luck. You just need not to eat too much until afterwards. Okay? But you know what? Be grateful you learned the process. It's a good thing. You're welcome, sweetheart. I'm pretty sure I blanched the turnips, but not the carrots, because the carrots are going to be softer. But check the video just in case I'm wrong. I don't always keep this stuff in my head. I actually sometimes have to go back and check my own videos. You know what I mean? Listen, guys, we've been on here for an hour now, and I have to get to work. I know I'm working while I'm sitting here, but I'm talking more than I'm working. So, hang on, I got to cut this out. And so, for all those who care to, please help me close with a spiritual blessing for this crazy world today. Don't let the fact that I call my higher power God sway you from not adding your spiritual energy to this blessing. This is a non-denominational blessing. In other words, it doesn't matter what your faith is, as long as you want to share your light with the world, then this is what we do, and this is how we do it. And if you don't want to stay, there's no judgment, right? The whole point of this is no judgment, right? Thank you, Sue Marie. Thank you. So, for all those who care to, take a nice deep breath. Oh, and I've decided not to go to my hemorrhoid appointment to see the hemorrhoid surgeon in the Maniwaki Hospital. Why? Because it's a hospital. And Quebec's spiking every day. I'm not going to go anywhere, a hospital or clinic, unless I absolutely have to. My hemorrhoids are fine. All right, nice deep breath. Hey, Chief, it's us. Connected Hearts. We are here, God, to lift each other up. You know, there are those in our chat, God, that are having a hard time finding a reason to smile today. And there are those who are ill, and there are those who are facing surgeries and physical distancing from those they love, and it's really hard. And there's a lot of negative crap going on in the world, God. So we just want to uncover our lights, take them out from under the bushel today. And God, we just want to be messengers of your peace and your patience and your tolerance and your love. We want to live by showing an example. No, and we're not perfect, God. We know that, or we'd be you, and we don't want your job. But we want, God, to add our light and energy to yours so that we can beat back some of the darkness that's happening in our lives and in our world today. So God, please, let's hand all the troubled souls and all the sad souls and sick souls, let's just hand them all over to God, because God knows what to do with them. Okay? And for the rest of us, we just ask that we be directed to walk in love and peace and patience and tolerance, because the world needs a whole lot of that right now for everybody. Because remember, it's easy to pray for those we love. It's a whole lot harder to pray for those that we just really don't like. But 9 times out of 10, those are the ones that need our prayers the most. We give it to you, God, so that we may go the rest of our day in positive light, love, and peace. Thank you, God. Thank you for my husband, too. Amen. Namaste. Shalom. Peace be with you. And if you remember, say a prayer for Wee Tree Bonsai. That's such a tragic loss for our community. This is the Mrs. Wolfe from our half-acre homestead saying, peace be with you. Merry meet. Miigwech. Blessed be. Amen. Whatever your salutation is, speak it in love and confidence, knowing that it is being heard. All right? Take care. God bless.